Dear viewer, it is under the utmost importance that you leave this video now. We are about to return to the horrible lives of the Bandolier children and the dealings that transpire in their second part of unfortunate events. I do not take these words lightly, but if you choose to continue, you cannot blame me for your therapy bill. Things are about to get scaly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, my name is David Popovich, aka the Bookworm, and welcome to Bookworm Reviews. Sit back and relax as we dive into a series of unfortunate events, book the second, The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket. Last time we saw the Bandolier orphans, we witnessed them foil their dastardly cousin Count Olaf from marrying Violet to inherit the family fortune. However, he and his band of misfit actors escape, and the children are forced to follow their parents' will of living with a family member till Violet is of age. A sad time indeed, as they travel down Lousy Lane, past the grim river, and have to deal with the horrible smell of horseradish. All of which is the only way to get to their new relative, Dr. Montgomery. How exactly is Dr. Montgomery related to us, Klaus asks. Dr. Montgomery is, let me see, your late father's cousin's wife's brother. I think that's right. But the children are rightfully nervous. They wonder if Montgomery will be just as bad as Count Olaf. But their Uncle Monty is nothing like him, a jolly man who's dedicated to his study of herpetology. What's herpetology, you ask? Snakes! Uncle Monty cried. Snakes, snakes, snakes! That's what I study! I love snakes, all kinds! And I circled the globe looking for different kinds to study here in my laboratory. Isn't that interesting? Of course! Who doesn't find snakes interesting? You shut up! We don't care about your phobia! The children begin to like their Uncle Monty as he shows them his prized reptile room, filled with the strangest of creatures on Earth. There was a very fat toad with 2 wings coming out of its back, and a 2-headed lizard that had bright yellow stripes on its belly. There was a snake that had 3 mouths, one on top of the other, and another that seemed to have no mouth at all. But what excites them the most is that Uncle Monty is planning a trip to Peru and wants the kids to join him. They get involved using their talents to help Monty prepare, and for the next few days, life is good for the Bandolier children. They are happy. However, you know that cannot last. As the book goes on, talking about the literal theme of dramatic irony, where everything said reveals something we know that the characters don't, we are reminded of the sad truth. No matter how safe and happy the 3 children felt, no matter how comforting Uncle Monty's words were, you and I know that soon Uncle Monty will be dead, and the Bandoliers will be miserable once again. Yeah, from the outset, the book tells us Uncle Monty will die and brings it up several times as it becomes a ticking clock over what, or in this case, who, will turn these wonderful events into the unfortunate. Which, if you know the series, you know the answer. Monty is expecting his new assistant Stefano to arrive after his old one disappeared so suddenly. But when they meet him, they discover that he was none other than Count Olaf. He may have shaved off his one long eyebrow and grown a beard over his scraggly chin, but there was no way he could hide the tattoo of an eye on his ankle. The rest of the book follows as such. The kids are forced to let Olaf into the house out of fear over his cruel nature, while they try to reveal to Monty what's going on, only for him to come to a different conclusion, and the series of events that leads to Monty's tragic end. That's The Reptile Room, and it's another good, simple tale, if not better, from the first book because of Uncle Monty. The bad beginning was good, but the big hook to get us to relate to the characters is hearing their parents had died, which makes sense since who wouldn't be sad over that? But we never had a chance to see them. In Reptile Room, not only do we see Uncle Monty, we see how the Bandolier children react around him. We get used to his company, which makes his and the story's fate more tragic when he dies. One of the big adult themes the book talks about is regret, which pairs well with the dramatic irony. dealing with the idea of looking back at an event and with hindsight, what you could have done different that would have led to a different, if not better, outcome. For years after this moment in the lives of the Bandolier orphans, Klaus thought of the time when he and his siblings realized that Stefano was actually Count Olaf, and was filled with regret that he didn't call out to the driver of the taxicab who was beginning to drive back down the driveway, "Stop!" Don't we all wish that? What if? What if I give that friend a call? What if I didn't go to that party? What if my printer didn't break and now I'm forced to have these Goosebumps covers up months after Goosebumps month? Yeah, that's why these are still up. But the Reptile Room does one final thing for the series overall. It sets up the main formula. The first book did that, but it was setting up the entire series. Reptile Room shows us why we should continue picking up each volume. See what crazy relatives the children must live with. Witness the unusual setting, and discover how Count Olaf weasels his way in as the children try to outwit him, only to have him escape, forcing the children to go off again to whatever terrible unknowns await them. I have not read any of the other books outside the first two, but that is what the bulk of the series does. Will they all work out like the Reptile Room? Who knows? But for now, I can say the Reptile Room still has the same unusual gothic tone with a Tim Burton sense of quirky, all while dealing with serious topics about how to handle life when life seems to be nothing but cruel. I think we'll always miss our parents, but I think we can miss them without being miserable all the time. After all, they wouldn't want us to be miserable. If you like the first, you will like this entry. The future may not be bright for our heroes, but I feel the stories are just warming up. Also, no, I have yet to watch the new Netflix series, but I do like how they are doing a 2-part episode format for each book. Not sure if it's good, but I'll get around to it someday. What about you, Internet? What's your opinion about the Reptile Room? If you have a book you would like me to review, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get ready to put a beloved series of mine finally to rest, and not in the best of terms. Like, share, and discuss. Until next time, have a nice day.